PJ Halloran with the Rescue Lab podcast. I'm here with Roz Goldfarb. You just finished your talk at the New York Tech Rescue Conference. First of all, thank you for sitting down with me.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No, absolutely. So you just presented on your time in the IDF as well as work with Magen,
Yeah,
and that's an international organization that works to build rescue teams.
we are establishing and training rescue team, mostly in Israel, but we are doing all kinds of international parts. And when there is a disaster all over the world, we are sending rescue teams.
And how long is that? How long has Magen been around?
Again, it's been around like almost 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm in the last 12 years with again, manage it also the training programs and also the rescue mission around the world.
And so you've been with them, but before that, you were 18 years in the IDF.
Not 18 years. I won 5 years of service, and after that, I started the work in Magen.
And is there, I mean, between the work that you've seen in Israel on the IDF and the work with Magen, obviously you work in conflict zones and disaster zones. Is there really a difference when it comes down to the work that you're doing in these areas between the soldier side and the rescue side? I mean, you're looking at sort of the same stuff that you see, right? On the battlefield or the USAR battlefield as well?
Yes, one of the things that it's most important when you have the knowledge that you saw things. So we are trying all the time learn new things. Every time that I'm going to rescue mission, I'm learning new thing. I see new method of works, and I'm trying to learn and do better each time. And I'm also trying to get all the key lessons from the rescue that I just been and put it inside our training.
Yeah. And you brought up an interesting point. You had a lot of videos in your presentation, and I thought that was really important. And as you mentioned, people learn about rescue, but you're trying to show people.
Yes, so actually, you can sit and sound a lot of stories, and you can telling a lot of stories. But in our time, everything it's in media, and I think it's very easy to me as a rescuer to put a GoPro on my head. It's helping me also to learn after the rescue, to look about the rescue again, see I did it right, I did it wrong.
Right.
It can be better next time.
Yeah.
And also to give to the next generation of the rescuer, this is what it looked like. The bad side,
Exactly.
good side, but this is it.
Yeah. And you brought up an important point about how, as USAR specialists, we're always breaking concrete, we're cutting, but then how do you deal with that wood bed? How do you deal with the fridge? And in the video, you're ripping some wood, you're ripping the wood apart, and you're like, I never had to deal with that before. We weren't taught that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got all kinds of those situations that you're just stuck on a closet with full of clothes.
Yes.
They're very, very stuck on it. And you just need to pull each time shirts and more shirts. I didn't train.
Right, you didn't train like that. Yeah.
So
you, with Magen, you travel and you evaluate other rescue teams and help to build that capability. When you are evaluating these teams, is there a common thing that they're all lacking at the very beginning? Or is there something that you see that you're like, this is a reoccurring problem among disaster response teams?
I think the most important things in rescue teams, it's not to know how to operate the rescue tools. This is not really the important thing,
Right.
The most important thing is to know how to work as a team, how to cooperate, how to understand your mission, and to think creativity. Because in the training, you can give all kinds of situations, but at the end, you will see the real thing.
Right.
And you need to, there is no, if it's like that, do it like that.
No, black and white.
In the real life, you need to think creativity and find solutions.
Right. So really just building that core team mentality on the USAR side.
Yes. How to cooperate, how to know each other, because you're together a lot of the time. You're together under a building. And so this is something that you need to know each other. You need to support each other.
Right. Know who fits in where, who does what better.
Actually, this is very important to know what you're good in it. Every part of the team should, not everybody doing everything the same.
Exactly.
So if you are better in breaking things, break it. I don't need to break it if I'm not better than you.
Yes.
This is one thing. And the second thing, you need to have 100% from the power, 100% on the time.
Yes.
So it's not a personal mission. You can't decide that, okay, I'm going to rescue this lady.
Yeah.
Only I'm working on
it. It's not just you.
Actually, you saw the video.
Yes.
You saw my point of view.
Yeah.
But it was 14 hours.
Yeah.
Part of the time you're going out, going in, going out, or going in, because you need to have the power to work.
Exactly. And you talked about reading the collapse How important is that in USAR?
That's the most important thing. Reading the collapse and reading the story.
Yeah.
Because you can't just stand on a pile and assuming, okay, I will take this pile from one side to another and
Right.
I will find everybody.
Right.
Because it's not working all the time. So you need to understand, you need to try to understand where the people was 2 seconds before the building was collapsed.
Right.
And then you are trying to assuming, okay, this is the room. Like in Israel, you got missiles attack. So if a building got direct hitting of a missile, most of the chances that most of the people will be in the safe room or in the shelter. So this is the story. It's very, very easy. Like in Miami, in Surfside Miami,
Yes.
it was in the middle of the night. So people wasn't inside the kitchen or people was sleeping. Most of the chances that they were sleeping. So you need to look for them in their beds.
And so you're at Surfside, correct?
Yeah.
And you're working in that environment. How is it to work as a team, knowing that the survival or the ability of people to survive that collapse is narrowing day by day, but you're still working? How is it important to build into the team that mental resiliency to keep working?
So one of the things that we decide to keep our mind healthy also, it's not to judge ourselves by the numbers. When I'm going to a rescue mission, I'm not finished the mission and say, okay, I rescue 1 or 2 or 3 alive people. I'm going to help. Am I going to rescue whoever I will find, will cover body or whatever I will see? If he will be alive, great. But if not, this is it. This is not me that I can decide it yet. But as a rescue team, you must always believe that there is a small chance.
Right.
This is what make our path, this is what
Step by step.
step by step,
Yeah.
but well, you always believe that there is small chance to do it.
Yeah. No, that's very important. And just in closing, you've been around the world, you've seen war zones, you've seen disasters, earthquakes. Some of these teams that work together, they just have it. The team just has it. What is that one thing that those teams have that make them work? Those high end teams.
Yeah, that's a good question. First of all, to know what is your goal and to do the best thing to achieve it. And the second thing, I think that the most important thing, and we talk about it, it's to work as a team, to cooperate as a team, hands to hand, and think out of the box. Because the box in in collapsing, the box is very, very clear.
Yes.
You need to think all the time how I'm finding solution out of it.
And that is the important part of the team is everyone brings that different aspect
Of course, this is very, very important. That will be different way of thinking. And I'm always in rescue operation. Everything is nervous and everything is messy, but I want to hear the opinion. I will not sit and make a decision with everybody and talk with everybody, but
Right.
I want to know what their opinion. And there is one situation, few way of working can work it out, can solve it out.
Right.
So the commander will decide at the end what is the better way, but you need to be open and listen.
I think there's a lot more to talk about, and I'd definitely love to have you on the podcast. But I appreciate you sitting here with me in the middle of the conference.
Yeah.
And just in closing, what is it that Magen does, and how can people learn more about it?
So we have our website. I think one of the things that we are believe in it's to give the knowledge to the population.
Yeah.
And we're assuming that in earthquake, most of the people are assuming that in earthquake, someone will come to help them.
Yeah.
But they are not realize that usually in earthquake, the first hours, the first days, you're sitting in front of your building or your neighbor building and
just waiting.
So if you will have just the basic knowledge, it will not be a complex rescue. But there is a lot of rescue situation that pile it off, just move it a bit, just take the check from your car and lift the concrete.
Yeah.
So this is what we are trying to do.
And that just struck me what you said from your presentation. You ran into a gentleman in Nepal, I believe, who waited for 5 days.
Yes.
His child was 5 meters from him under some rubble.
Yes, so I'm trying all the time not to judge people because I never was in that situation. But yes, this is exactly the story that I'm trying to tell all the time in my training. He sits and he didn't know what to do. He just sit and wait. So after a few minutes, we said to him, come, bring gloves and start take out the rubbers. Actually, I saw the same situation, even little bit more hard in Turkey. I saw a situation that one man sitting outside of his home and he's holding his hand of his daughter. His daughter was under the collapse, but he's holding an hand.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact story of this picture, but I saw this picture in the news and it was wow, it's the exact thing that we're trying to teach people.
Yeah, just empower people to help themselves
Yes.
before help arrives.
Yes.
Right. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very
Well,
much.
thank you very much. And we'll look forward to having you on the
Yes,
podcast.
thank you.